We're in Springfield, Massachusetts at the St. Aloysius Cemetery. It was started by the St. Aloysius Church. And in the beginning it was mostly French-Canadian, but it's changed over to have all ethnic groups associated with it. It has a lot of people from Springfield and from Ludlow. And there's a lot of laid out sections, definitely a lawn cemetery. Now, it was started in the year 1873, and the church had started up, it started in the year 1876. The church had started up in 1874, so 2 years later they had made the cemetery already. And we're going to see the different sections. And the important section right here, to our right, you see the John Kennedy Middle School in Springfield. And that school, when it was built, needed more space for itself. So a tiny piece of the cemetery had to be taken out. And that piece of the cemetery that was taken out was placed along a section along Page Boulevard. All right, so that's one little bit of history. Now this is an old cemetery, 150 years old. So we're going to try to find some of the old burials, try to find the puppers area, and try to find a baby section, maybe a priest section if there is one. There is a large cross in the middle. Now the main entrance nowadays is on Berkshire Avenue, but if you come out here 100 years ago, the main entrance was on Page Boulevard. So it's quite a change for this church. Now you can probably see the section numbers here. And you can definitely see a cross with a flag. This is the veterans area. They try to have this area built up for the sake of veterans. And there used to be a lot more trees in this cemetery, and the in-between sections between the roads, there used to be dirt paths, and there'd be a lot more trees, and you were able to walk down those paths. But those has mostly been taken in, and they started using them for more spaces for burials. Okay, and along this section here, what has happened is the following. They took a lot of those burials from where they put the Kennedy School, and they put those old burials out in this section right here. And that has helped the Kennedy School, but it was a small move on the cemetery's part, which is very appreciated. But remember, those old burials there were the equivalents of Potter's Field area. Paupers were buried there. And so there's very few gravestones in this outer section at all. Now, the other section that we're going to show you at some point is the baby section. Right, and the baby section is back here. Notice to our left-hand side that it's mostly empty, or some simple burials in this place right here. So a lot of the babies are buried back here on purpose in a non-baptized baby section, and also some more potters that weren't in that older section were buried here. And so this is important. Now, the last section that most cemeteries, Catholic cemeteries, have would be a priest circle. But very few priests were ever buried here. And so for that reason, this cemetery never really acquired a priest circle. In fact, their one and only circle happened to have been turned into a veteran circle. All right? And there's no one even buried there. So it didn't really happen, and it's one of the few cemeteries that doesn't have one, but it has mostly to do with how late the St. Aloysius Church got developed, and it got developed in the outskirts. And so this is the St. Aloysius Cemetery in Springfield. Thank you very much.